Hello, I'm Trent, aka Trademark here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the unique Dio Overheaven scam. But before I do that, I have about 14 extra S-Deaths on my account. I'm going to give away one of them in this video. If you would like to win an S-Death, like the video or subscribe to the channel and comment in the comments below with your Roblox username or your Discord username and the keyword #ICE. #ICE, and I will pick one of the comments with the comment picker to win this beautiful woman here, S-Death Ice Queen. Anyways, you do need 6,000 gems to actually trade with me and be level 50 in Anime Adventures, but that's just the game standards. That has nothing to do with me. Let's talk about Dio Overheaven. Dio Overheaven. So, I've had a nice little break from Anime Adventures here. A couple of you guys are saying some crazy things on my last video. Let me just address those. First of all, Anthony, the viewer who gave me a free unique or a free Dio Overheaven, Anthony said that he was quitting the game. So for those of you that were saying I was taking advantage of my viewers, that's entirely untrue. There's not a single one of you that wouldn't take a free Dio Overheaven if it was offered to you, especially if that player was saying they were quitting the game and they weren't going to use it anyways. That being said, after my stream, Anthony did say that he wasn't actually quitting. He just gave me Dio because he wanted me to have the unit. So I traded Dio back to him because I think he'll benefit from it more. He can trade it for some rerolls or whatever. You know, I thought he was quitting and that's why I took it, but I traded it back to him. As you can see, I no longer have Dio Overheaven and he can verify that. So, yes, I was certainly not doing that, but let's talk about Dio Overheaven, because this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So Dio Overheaven is the best unit in the game. They released him in a RNG capsule, the Frost Stars. Now, we don't know the rates, which is illegal, by the way, in many countries. It's illegal to hide the drop rates of a gacha in video games. But they hid the drop rates for us. And why? Why could that be? Well, because it's freaking insanely low drop rate. In most games, if you grind a lot, you can get the rarest drops in the game, something like the rarest passive, right? In most games, I would say, you know, you play a week or 2 weeks, you can get, you know, some of the rarest things in the game if you're a hardcore player and you're playing a lot. That's not the case with Dio Overheaven, is it? Because I am not just some entitled YouTuber who thinks I should just be given Dio for free. No, I actually tried to put in the work. I opened over 20,000 Frost capsules, guys. I was playing on 6 accounts, grinding Frost portals for weeks. And between all of my 6 accounts, I've opened over 20,000 Frost capsules, probably closer to like 25,000. And I did not get Dio Overheaven. There's some players that are in, you know, some of the Discords that I'm in that have also opened tens of thousands of Frost Stars and did not get Dio Overheaven. So whatever the rate is, the reason why it's hidden is because it's so atrociously low that everyone would freak out if they knew how rare it was to actually get Dio Overheaven. So you had to be extremely lucky to get Dio in the first place. And if you didn't get him by playing the game, then guess what? You have to trade for him. And currently his trade value is around 500 trait rolls. I've seen some players paying up to like 750 trait rolls. So you have to spend money to buy these trait rolls to trade for the rarest unit in the game, which again, I think is intentional. So they made the most powerful unit in the game. They made him extremely rare so that you have to pay money to get him essentially. And then what did they do? They make him a 1 placement capacity so that not only is it extremely unlikely that you'll get Dio Overheaven, if you actually want to realize his potential as the best unit in the game, then what do you have to do? You have to roll unique on him. Unique. Let's talk about unique, shall we? This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen put into a game. It's single-handedly the most broken aspect of anime adventures. The reason why unique is broken is because it provides you insane value. Okay, most traits give you like 5 to 30% additional DPS on your units, right? Well, unique gives you 344% additional DPS on your units, plus it gives you 4 times value. You get 4 times the damage for the price of 1 unit. That's essentially like getting 4 times the farm for that particular unit. And anytime that you have something like that in a competitive game, now this game isn't really competitive, but it has competitive aspects to it, right? Leaderboards are competitive aspect to it. Infinity Castle has a leaderboard. Tournaments are competitive. There's competitive aspects in this game. And if you want to do well in those, at least if you want to be on the leaderboard for them, then you're going to need uniques. That's what it boils down to. Now, there are some strategies out there where you can do pretty well on something like a tournament without a unique. But for the most part, the competitive players in this game, like, you're just going to get blown out if you do the exact same strategies that they have here. If you do them with unique units, you can score insanely higher scores. You can do much, much better if you just go for uniques. So, like I said, what you don't see in my last video is that I opened over 20,000 frozen stars going for Dio. I didn't get it. Then what you also don't see is that, so this unique thing, right? There's no pity on it. So they released the most broken, they released a super broken trait, unique, and then there's no way to guarantee yourself getting that. There's no system in place to prevent someone from being extremely unlucky. And guess what? I got extremely unlucky in this game. It took me over 3,400 rolls to get my first unique on Angel Devil. 3,400. Then it took me another 1,300 trait rolls to get my second unique on Metal Knight. And then what you also didn't see in the last video is that I had already rolled over 400 times on Dio. So then I rolled I rolled 650 times in the video. So basically I rolled over 1,000 rolls on Dio Overheaven and did not get unique. So in total, I have rolled over 6,000 times. Over 6,000 trait rolls in this game to get 2 uniques. Okay, that is extremely unlucky, but they have no system in place to fix that. They have no system in place to eventually reward players for being unlucky, which almost every game I've ever played does have some type of system like that. So what they've created here is this all or nothing system. For the competitive players in the game, you either roll unique and you're ecstatic, or you don't roll unique and it feels horrendous. Golden, I rolled 4 Goldens in that video, and it felt awful because Golden does nothing to improve my team. It does nothing. It's night and day. The difference between Golden and unique on Dio Overheaven is night and day. So for me to get 4 Goldens and 0 uniques is absolutely atrocious. It feels horrible, and it made me want to quit the game. Which, by the way, is happening, right? So here's what they've done. They released the rarest unit, they released the rarest unit in the game, but also the most powerful unit in the game. And then they released a broken and most powerful trait in the game. And then they made it a requirement to actually have them both to realize their potential, right? This is why Unique Dio is a scam. They've basically targeted the biggest spenders in their game. And guess what? There are studies out there that show that the vast majority of the revenue in any free-to-play, gacha monetized game, the vast majority of the revenue comes from a very small percentage of the players. In fact, the study that I'm referencing said that over 70% of revenue came from 1% of the player base. It's probably even smaller than that. It's probably even smaller percentage of the player base provides an even larger percent of the revenue in this game. Because if you think about it, the only thing, before they released battle passes into the game, really the only thing worth buying in this game was trait rolls and VIP. So I can guarantee you that like 90% of their revenue came from traits. Now, that might have gone down since they released battle passes, because battle passes are like the only other thing that's worth money in this game. But the point is, they don't have to. This system is targeted. It's basically a system in which you need to spend on average 1,500 trait rolls to obtain unique Dio Heaven, the best unit in the game and the best trait. You need to spend 1,500 trait rolls on average to do that. And that is a scam. It is a targeted, intentional scam. And I've seen a lot of whales being the players that have spent the most on this game, being extremely upset by this update. Here's my friend Onion. You can see here he selects all of his unique units as well as his golden farms, and he traded away everything that he had. He gave away all his units, then he selected everything that he couldn't give away, and he sells it. And that is because it's just the system they've set up is just ludicrous. It's insane that they've made this extremely targeted system, and it is a scam. And players are getting pissed off about it. There's also this player right here. I apologize. I tried to find out who you were. I don't know who this is. If anyone knows, please let me know. But this player had even more uniques. Look, that's 10 uniques and a Dio Overheaven. You'll notice what's on the Dio Overheaven. It's Superior 3. I don't know why this player quit, but my assumption, the only conclusion I can come to is that if you're selling 10 uniques and Dio Overheaven, he probably got Dio Overheaven. He probably paid some amount of trait rolls to get him, and then he probably spent an asinine amount of trait rolls to roll unique and didn't get unique on Dio Overheaven, and ended up selling all of his units. Okay. So this is the conclusion that I've come to. I've sent them tons of feedback that I know has gotten to the developers, pages and pages of feedback on how they could balance their trait system, on quality of life features that they could implement that would make this game much, much better. I've given them tons of feedback, and they are just continually not listening. So what I've decided to do is I will no longer be supporting the game monetarily. I'm no longer going to spend money on the traits. I might buy the battle pass depending on if there's any good games out there, if I found anything else to play in that meantime. But I'm just not going to spend any more money on trait rolls. That's part of the reason why I traded Dio Overheaven back, is because there's no point in having a Dio Overheaven if you don't have unique on him. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the current state of Anime Adventures. I'm going to be playing a lot of other games, posting content on other games. Kelvin's Anime Tales is releasing tomorrow, and I think I actually should be able to stream it today because he's going to give content creators early access to that. Also, Dyreb's anime game. He has a new anime game coming out sometime this year. We have Holy War X. We have Anime Legends. There's a lot of Roblox anime games that are supposed to be coming out this year that I've had my eye on for a long time that I'm excited to check out. And guess what? If they're better than this game, I'm going to completely quit this game. So that's what it boils down to. And that's unfortunate because, I mean, this game has a lot of things that I really like about it. It's why I spend so much time on it. Aesthetically, I love the maps on this game, the animations, the visuals, the blessings, the way the units look. Those are all great. Like, probably visually the best Roblox anime game we have. But the trait system is just broken and atrocious. And then the lack of quality of life features in this game is also mind-boggling. Things that we've been asking for since release, like better ways to sort your units. Like I can't even find my duplicates because I can't sort by a name. I can't, there's no way, there's no warning to roll off mythic traits. You can roll off unique, and as rare as it is, you would think they'd have a warning system for their mythic traits or a way to auto roll. Things like 2x speed, 3x speed game pass. These are all things that have been asked for since the beginning, and they have not given us these basic things that exist in almost every Roblox game I play. Just are not here. There's no way to select unlock. There's no way to lock certain things like portals or skins. There's no way to auto sell these things. It's crazy that how many just basic features they're entirely lacking because they're spending all their time, doing things that will give them value, line their pockets, get them money. And the trait system is also something that is going to make them money. So you can't really count that, even though it is kind of quality of life. The potential, the stat potentials, people are buying trait rerolls and trading trait rerolls for good SSS, traits. So this is also something that is benefiting them monetarily. So you can't consider that as something that's purely meant to improve the experience of the players. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below about Anime Adventures. If there's any other games that I should check out, let me know there. But that's it for me. Malo Alpito. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm out of here.